Okay, so now we will see the next 5 questions related to the professional data engineer exam, that is from question number 31 to 35. Let's start. So you have a Google Cloud data flow streaming pipeline running with the Google Cloud PubSub subscription as the source. Okay, so we have the we have the PubSub as the source, and then the PubSub is sending the data to the Google Cloud data flow. Okay, you need to make an update to the code that will make the new Cloud data flow pipeline incompatible with the current version. Okay, you do not want to lose any data when making this update. So what should you do? So first, try to find the key points. So one key point is you do not want to lose any data when making this update. So what question basically is saying that we have the PubSub. So using the pub, we have some streaming pipeline. So from there is any source, the source is sending the data into the PubSub, and the PubSub is sending the data to the Cloud data flow. So Cloud data flow is basically a set of a pipeline. And what is a pipeline? A pipeline is a set of jobs, but we want to make an update in the code. So code is basically jobs are basically some code, right? Whether it is written in Java or Python or any other language. So we want to make an update into a code. So basically we are changing the functionality of a job. So it is mentioned that if we make an update into a code, that will make our pipeline incompatible with the current version. So the current version means our current pipeline. So what should we do? And also, if we need to make an update in this way so that our data will not get impacted, so that we should not lose any data. So first let's try to eliminate the options. So let's go to the one by one. So first option is update the current pipeline and use the drain flag. They told that okay, so do one thing. So whatever the current pipeline, just update that current pipeline and use the drain flag. So we need to first know what is the functionality of the drain flag, right? Okay, let's see the second option. Update the current pipeline and provide the transform mapping of the JSON object. So we should know what is the transform mapping. Create a new pipeline that has a same Cloud PubSub subscription and cancel the old pipeline. Okay, so we should know if we cancel the pipeline, what is the impact, and if we use the drain flag, what is the impact. If we use the transform mapping, what should be the impact. Create a new pipeline with a new Cloud PubSub. Here we are using the same Cloud PubSub, here we are using new Cloud PubSub subscription, and cancel the old pipeline. Okay, so first let's understand what is the difference between cancel and what is the difference between drain. So let me show you. So in the Cloud data flow, generally you see this kind of pipeline, it will read the event from the PubSub, then it is running, and it is writing to so this kind of pipeline. And you will see some window here clone, stop, logs, share, max time. So if you click on the stop button to stop the pipeline, it will ask basically two options, whether you want to cancel it or whether you want to drain it. So if we say okay, we want to cancel it, so cancel means it will immediately stop the job, and whatever data it is in the buffer state, in some buffer, and the data will also get lost. So definitely, and in this question what is mentioned, we do not want to lose any data. Sorry, 1 minute. In this question it is mentioned you do not want to lose any data. So if we cancel the existing pipeline, cancel the old pipeline, that is by clicking on the stop option, and when you click on the stop option, it will ask the two option, right? Whether you want to cancel or whether you want to drain. So if we use the cancel option, whatever the data is in the buffer state, it will wiped out, right? So cancel option doesn't looks correct to me. So option C and option D we can neglect. So let's see the drain option. So what drain option is saying that it will like Drage option will seize all the data ingestion but will attempt to finish processing any remaining buffer data. So it will not took any further data from the source, that is the pub sub, but it will process the buffer data. So whatever like it already like the data in the processing, it will finish that processing, it will not stop that processing. So in this way we are not like losing any data, right? So you can go through this official document and you can see what is the function what cancel will do and what drain will do. So your job will start ingesting new data, so it will not take any new data, but however the drain service preserve any existing source such as the worker to finish processing. So whatever the data in the buffer state, so it will like do some processing. Okay, so drain option looks okay, right? But okay, so whether we need to select A or B, so let's look at the option number B. Current, update the current pipeline. So it is same as the update the current pipeline, update the current pipeline, and provide the transform mapping JSON object. So what is transform mapping JSON object? So let me show you. Yeah, so transform mapping is basically like when we did some change in the job, right? We have one pipeline, and in the one pipeline, let's suppose we have the 5 jobs, and out of 5 jobs we did a change in the one job. So what we have to do is we have to create a one JSON file, right? And in that JSON file we need to give the old name of the job, that is which is in the old pipeline, and we need to give the new job name. So similarly, whatever in like how many jobs we will change, like we will mention like all the job name in the JSON format, and we will use this tag, that is a minus transform name mapping, and we will pass that. Why we will do this? Because whenever like we like do the change in any job, like generally the compatibility issue will come, like because it is mentioned here like if we like update the code, what we'll do is it will create a incompatible issue in the current version. So first we need to fix the compatibility issue. So to fix the compatibility issue, we need to transform, like we need to provide the transform mapping into the JSON object. So once the transform mapping is like okay, then we can use the drain flag. So A and B both looks okay, but in the A it is just mentioned okay, do one thing, update the current pipeline. So that is the update the code and use the drain flag. We will use the drain flag, okay, we will not lose any data. But if we update the current pipeline, we will get the compatibility issue, right? So how we will solve that compatibility issue, that is not mentioned. So but in the option number B, update the current pipeline and provide the transform mapping JSON object. So we will update the current pipeline, and if we provide the transform mapping, it will solve the compatibility problem as well. So I will go with the option number B, but in here it is mentioned option correct answer D, but as per me it should be B. If we go to the discussion community, like some people says A and some people say B, some people say C, some people say D. So nothing is like correct, but I have like cross check on many other website, and so there like it is mentioned is the B is the correct answer. If I search this question, 1 minute. Okay, leave that. So I will go with the option number definitely for me like C and D is not correct, because the cancel operation will definitely lose the data. So because here the keyword is we do not want to lose the data. So the two option left is, one is the by using the drain flag, so that work, and also use the transform mapping. So but I am preferring the transform mapping first, because first we need to solve the compatibility issue. So compatibility issue we can solve using the transform mapping, so then we can use the drain flag. So I am going with the option number B. Okay, question number 31 done. Okay, question number 32. In question number 32 it says that your company is running their first dynamic campaign serving different offers by analyzing real time data during the holiday season. Okay, the data scientists are collecting terabytes of data that rapidly grows every hour during their 30-day campaign. Okay, they are using Google Cloud Data Flow to pre-process the data and collect the feature signals data that is needed for the machine learning models in the Google Cloud Bigtable. Okay, the team is observing suboptimal performance with reads and writes of the data with initial 10 terabytes of data. Okay, they want to improve the performance while minimizing cost. Okay, so basically in this question what it is saying, so there is a campaign running on for the 30 days during the holiday season, and the data is rapidly growing. So our data scientists are collecting those particular data, and they are using the cloud data flow pipelines to pre-process the data, and they are storing the data into the Google Cloud Bigtable. So the keywords are the Google Cloud Bigtable, a large amount of data, that is the terabytes of data, and we are pre-processing it to the Google Cloud Data Flow. The team is observing a suboptimal performance, that is not a very good performance during reads and writes of their data. So how we will improve the performance? So we need the data finally gets stored into the Bigtable, right? So the read and write are performing from the Bigtable. So whenever the data is getting write and whenever the data is getting read from the Bigtable, so that is not optimal. So how we can increase the performance? So let's look all the option. It says the redefine the schema. Let me close one tab, 1 minute. So this is done. Cancel and drain option done. Update an existing pipeline done. Okay, yes. So first option says that redefine the schema by evenly distributing read and write across the row space of the table. Okay, so that is the correct option. If we go to the official documentation, and it is mentioned somewhere, let me check where it is mentioned. Yeah, so if you say Bigtable perform best when read and write are evenly distributed throughout your table, which helps Bigtable distribute the workload across all the nodes in your cluster. So if read and writes are equally distributed, then what it will do is the workload will be get distributed across all the cluster. So on a single cluster the load will not it will not put a heavy load on a single cluster. The workload will be get distributed, right? So if the workload will get distributed, the performance will definitely get increase. So so it is mentioned here, and we have to do the read and writes, right? So the correct answer is redefine the schema by evenly distributing read and write across the row space of the table. But let's read the other option. The performance issue should be resolved over time as the size of the Bigtable cluster is increased. So this is wrong. They told that we don't need to do anything, it will automatically solve over the time. So no, this is incorrect. So B is totally eliminated, right? So option number C, redesign the schema to use a single row key to identify. So the Bigtable is generally work on the key and the value pair. So it told that okay, do one thing, redesign the schema to use a single row key to identify values that need to be updated frequently in the cluster. And option number D says redefine the schema to use row keys based on a numeric IDs that increase subsequently per using viewing the offers. So like if we like redesigning the schema by like using a different row key, like it will not increase it may increase our performance, like because if we change the row key, like it will increase the query performance. Whenever we have to do some read operation, like it will the query will be like increases. But what about the writes, right? So when we have to write the data, so the best option is to distribute the workload because the performance is not met during the initial load. So we are loading the data, right? So best option is like to distribute the workload between the reads and write. Question number 33. Your software uses a simple JSON format for all the message. Okay, the message are published to the cloud PubSub. Okay, then pass through the data flow. Okay, create a real-time dashboard for the CFO. Okay, during testing you notice that some messages are missing in the dashboard. Okay, you check all the messages and the messages are being published to the cloud source. So what should you do next? Okay, so they told that okay, we have like some messages and all the messages are in the JSON format. Okay, that is the key value format, and we have published the message to the cloud PubSub. So cloud PubSub is one of the service. We send all the message to the cloud PubSub, and from the cloud PubSub we create a one pipeline, that is a data flow pipeline, and that the message is going through that pipeline and creating some dashboard for the CFO. And during testing we notice that some messages are missed in the dashboard. So we are reading the message from the cloud PubSub and we are like creating a real-time dashboard. But what we notice that when we create some dashboard, let's suppose we have 1000 messages, only 900 message visible on the dashboard. So, right, so we already noticed that 100 messages are missed. So you check the logs, and we check the logs. Earlier we thought okay, it could be the reason that within the cloud PubSub maybe like there are 900 messages, right? But when we check the logs, we found that all the messages are published to the cloud PubSub. So all the 1000 messages are in the cloud PubSub, but from the cloud PubSub to the dashboard, it is not like reaching all the messages, but some messages it will reach, but not all the messages. So what could be the problem, and what should you do next to analyze it? So first is that check the dashboard application to see if it is not displaying correctly. So they told that do one thing, to check the dashboard application to see if it is this is not the correct option, because dashboard is already displaying so many messages, only a few messages get missed. So to check the dashboard, it will not should not be our next step. Second thing is that run a fixed data set through the cloud data flow pipeline and analyze the output. So because problem should be in the path, that is from PubSub to the when the PubSub send the message through the data flow and it will reach to the dashboard. So in the between there should be a problem, right? So our next step is to analyze the problem within this between, because we know in the PubSub we have all the message, and we know at the destination most of the messages are there, but few are messages. So problem should be in between, so where the few missed message gone, right? So we should not check the dashboard. So run a fixed data set through the cloud data flow pipeline and analyze the output. So it has told that do one thing, take a fixed data set and try to rerun through the cloud data flow pipeline and then analyze the output. So whether is there any problem in the pipeline or not. So that could be the one of the our next step. So that is okay. But let's look at the other option. If there is a better option than B. Use Google Stackdriver monitoring on cloud PubSub to find the missing message. So they told that okay, do one thing, do a stack driving tool on the cloud PubSub to find the missing message. We already know we have the that is like on the cloud PubSub we have 1000 message, and we already know that only like 900 message came, and we already know that 100 message missed. So why there is a what is the use like to use the monitoring tool, right? Because monitoring tool we just tell us we have the missing message in the cloud PubSub, nothing else, and we already know this. So to reuse this, there is no advantage. It should not be our next step. So option C is also like eliminated. And fourth option is switch cloud data flow to pull message from the cloud PubSub instead of PubSub pushing a message to the cloud data flow. So this is also like should not be like our next step. Why this is not like they in the fourth option they told that now PubSub is pushing the message. So generally in PubSub we have the two concept, one is the push concept and other is the pull concept. So in this question what we are doing is we are from the PubSub we are pushing the message to the cloud data flow. So fourth option says that do one thing, rather than pushing the message from the PubSub to the cloud data flow, do one thing, pull the message from the PubSub. So both things are same. It will not make any impact because messages are reaching to the dashboard. It is already mentioned. Only few messages are missing. So this should not be our next step. So our next step should be run a fixed data set through, because there should be a problem within the between, right? So run a fixed data set through the cloud data flow pipeline and analyze the output. So answer should be B. So as per the website answer is B, and most of the people say like answer is B. If you go through that like comments, so they told that I believe B is the answer, B is the correct answer, B is the correct, B is the correct, B is the correct. So most of the people say B is correct. Okay, let's go to the question number 34. So question number 30 is the flow logistic case study. So like flow logistic case study, like earlier flow logistic case study was the part of the our professional data engineering exam, but I think now it has been removed from this syllabus. But earlier it was a part of our PD exam syllabus, and one question definitely came in the exam, but now I think it is removed from the exam, flow logistic case study. So flow logistic case study means there is a logistic company and there is a case study. They give some scenario, and we need to find the answer of the given question. So a very very long case study is given. So let's read it. So a flow logistic is a leading, though it is I think I'm not sure, but I think it is now not the part of PD exam, but still for our understanding, let's go through this. So flow logistic is a leading chain supply. So let me tell you in a brief. So what the question is saying. So they told that flow logistic is a chain supplier, and they earlier supply some materials from one source to the one other destination. Then the company will grow rapidly, and then they include rail, truck, aircraft, and so many other things. But then and their database also get increase. They also use the parcel service, but they have noticed that they have unable to deploy because currently they are using the Apache Spark, which cannot process in the high volume, because their volume get increased. So and they have using the Apache Kafka, sorry, and so they cannot support the processing volume. So this is the main problem. And also in addition to that, they want to, and in addition to this, they want to analyze the order. So they want to do some analysis. So what we can do? So they have provided the solution. What they want to do is they want to build some technology to do the real time inventory tracking. So if we do the real time inventory tracking, so we need to use some kind of PubSub, right? And if we want to do the analytics, so we want to use the BigQuery, right? So but it is mentioned like that perform analytics on their structure and on the order and shipment log which contains both structured and the unstructured data, right? So these are the key fields. Okay, so these are like their existing technical requirement, existing like they are using they are using all these like databases server on their data center, not on the cloud. So this is of no use. So this is some business requirement, this is some technical requirement. They want to handle both the stream and the batch data. They want to migrate existing Hadoop workload. So if they want to migrate existing Hadoop workload, so where should we go? We know if someone want to migrate existing Hadoop workload, like we have only one option available, that is the Cloud Data Proc. Okay, so these are the things. And like there's SEO, CTO, CFO gave some statement. So CFO gave one statement, that is Flowgistic wants to use BigQuery for the analysis, but they still have Apache, Hadoop and Spark workload that they cannot move to the BigQuery, right? So they told that we have the Apache, Hadoop, Spark workload. So using the Apache, Hadoop, Spark workload, we cannot store the data into the BigQuery. So how should do this? So they told us store the common data in the BigQuery's partition tables. So when it is already mentioned that they cannot move the data to the BigQuery, so wherever the BigQuery is mentioned, like store the data in the BigQuery, so these are eliminated, right? Look at the option number C and D. Store the common data encoded in the Avro into the Google Cloud Storage. So this is the correct option. Store the common data in the HDFS storage for the Google Cloud Data Pro. So generally this is not recommended to use the HDFS storage. It is recommended use the Cloud Data Pro. That is fine, because we need to migrate the existing Hadoop. And when we use the Cloud Data Pro, always store the data into the Google Cloud Storage. So that's why option C is correct. So I will go with the option number C. Why? Because here it is mentioned Apache Hadoop cluster. So we will use the Cloud Data Pro. But where we store the data? So generally like on our like on-premise system, we will use HDFC. Let me show you a notepad. So generally in our code, so we will like refer the location like this. So when we use the Cloud Data Proc, so we have to just to change our code to like this, so that it will now use the cloud storage rather than the Hadoop file system. So best option is to use the Google Cloud Storage. And now your concern may be how we will do the analysis, because we want to use the Google BigQuery as a primary analysis system. So because here it is mentioned we need to use the AVRO format of the data. So they told that we will store the data into the AVRO format. So AVRO is a you can say the open source format, and it is a suitable for the cloud storage as well as the suitable for the BigQuery. So once we have the AVRO format into the Google Cloud Storage, if we want to do the analysis, so we can load the AVRO data into the cloud BigQuery. So option C is correct. They told option B, which is not the correct answer. And if you go to the discussion tab, most of the people say option C. So next question is also related to the Flowgistic case study. So it is the same question, but the CTO statement is a little bit different. So CFO told that they want to build a new system on the GCP that will track the system, and they want to Apache cannot send real time. So they want to use some real time inventory system, right? So if they want to real time means, so we will need to use some streaming data, right? And for the streaming data we will use the PubSub for the real time. And they want to use the Apache Kafka. They want to migrate Apache Kafka server. So if they want to migrate the Apache Kafka server, so we can use the Cloud Data Proc. But they have something mentioned that they can't use the Cloud Data Proc. 1 minute. somewhere they mention. Okay, leave that. So we have like a different option given. So they told that what all combination of product would we use to do all this. So our main thing is we need to some do the real time processing, we need to store the data, and we have to use some to migrate our existing Apache Kafka, right? So one minute. Yeah, so here it is mentioned Apache Hadoop. So wherever we have means Apache Hadoop and Spark, so there we will use Dataproc. But if Hadoop is not mentioned, if it is mentioned Apache Kafka, Apache Beam, so we will use the Cloud Data Flow. So for the real time we will use the Cloud PubSub. For the Apache Kafka we will use the data flow, and for the storage we will use the cloud storage. If we look at the other option, they told that okay, PubSub is okay, data flow is okay, but storage for local SSD no. PubSub is okay, SQL no. For the Apache we will not use the SQL. These are both the storage, right? So where is the pipeline? So pipeline is missing, so this is also wrong. Load balancing, so totally wrong. So option A is correct, but in here it is mentioned correct answer C, but C is not the correct answer. Option A is correct. If you go to the discussion community, most of the people say option A is correct. Even almost all the people say. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this. One more thing, for this question number 31, because even I am not sure whether the answer should be A or B, because the drain flag is totally okay to me, and the transfer mapping also look okay to me. So I am also confused whether we will go with option A or B, but B looks more good answer than the A. But still, I would suggest you can search and decide whether you want to go with the A and B. Even for all the questions which I have discussed, I would suggest because even nowhere is giving the correct answer. Even the website itself is not giving the correct answer. Even if you see the discussion community, some people say A, some people say B, some people say C, some people say D. So no one aware what is the correct answer. So whatever the answer I am providing to you, I am also providing on the basis of my knowledge and by checking some documents over the Google, right? And some by checking some good answer from the discussion community, right?